Hi, it is Joe, and this is going to be a quick video. I want you to get a pen and I want you to write down these things because we're going to come back to them. But we're going to do this together and we're going to do some experiments. I want you to start training your subconscious mind to get you what you want. Now, this is not magical thinking. No spells, no witchcraft here, no magic pills, magic wands. Don't have that. Although, wouldn't that be nice? There is no magic cure. You have to create your own reality. Now, that in itself sounds magical, but I'll tell you the difference. Do you want $1 million? I'm sure you do. But how many of you actually believe that it's possible? Not many. Chance and luck happen to us all. There's always going to be some lucky person that wins the lotto or inherits money. There's always going to be chance and luck. But for the most of us, it doesn't happen that way. There has to be other ways we get to our goals. And the most successful people in this world didn't just wake up one day and have it all handed to them. Some of the stories of the most successful people worked towards their goals, and they worked consistently, and they didn't desist. They never gave up, no matter what roadblock or what obstacles were put before them. So training the subconscious mind, this is the programs that run underneath our conscious awareness. The programs that were probably put there a long time ago, maybe when you were just a kid, maybe when you were quite vulnerable, but in those critical years of development where what people said to you, what you grew up in, the environment you grew up in, what you witnessed and observed was very powerful and set the rules of your life engagement, what you believed about yourself, that you were worthy enough or you were not worthy, that you were a good person or a bad person, that your environment was a safe and predictable one or it was chaotic and dysfunctional and frightening. Whatever those early learning exposures were, probably set down those unconscious programs for you, and they run in the background and they get in the way of what you want. So here we go. I'm going to talk to them very quickly, but like I said, we'll come back. But your brain is built, designed, or evolved, created, whatever your persuasion. Your brain is built to reinforce and regulate your life. That's its purpose, to reinforce and regulate. So it does that through learning, and it does it through a whole bunch of processes that I haven't got time to speak to here. Homeostatic impulses, the things of what we call equilibrium, keeping all things in balance. If your temperature rises too much, your brain switches on things to bring it down. If your heart beats too fast, just slow it down, or not fast enough. Keep in balance. Our brain does that in the background, and it's the same with psychological health. It needs balance, but it depends what you're balancing against. So if your scales are off, if they're not calibrated, then your balance is always going to be off. If your scales are out of whack right before you weigh anything, then they're always going to be weighing you incorrectly. So we need to sort of retune, recalibrate our subconscious mind and make sure that the program that we are running, that we're balancing all things against, is a adaptive one, a helpful one, a functional one, and a positive one. So here we go. Here are just a few very quick tips, which I'll come back to, about starting to retrain your mind to be your ally and not your enemy. 1, be willing to see the unchangeable change. Be willing to see the unchangeable change. What you believe is not possible has to be possible. What you believe you can't do, you must believe that you can. If you're thinking that the unchangeable will never change, then guess what? It won't. So number 1, be willing to see the unchangeable change. Number 2, give yourself permission to be successful. If you've got one of those unhealthy thought patterns, your program is saying that you'll never be rich, you'll never be successful, you'll never be worthy, you'll never be loved, you are not going to be able to manifest that. You are going to self-sabotage, and you will create a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will get what you believe. So you have to give yourself permission to be successful. If you keep regurgitating the same old narrative, believing that you can't do it, then you're not going to do it. So number 2, give yourself permission to be successful. Number 3, don't allow other people's fears to cast shadows of doubt. If people are saying no to you, then you've got to say yes. If people are shutting doors, and you've got to go and open others. If people say you can't, then you say, well, hell yeah, I can. You have to surround yourself, and this will be number 4, surround yourself with positive reinforcers, with people that build you up, don't pull you down, people that motivate you, innovate you, get you excited, get you passionate, people that see your worth and your value, people that want to congratulate you and inspire you. If you are not surrounded by people like that, then you are going to keep those bad subliminal programs running. You've probably had people like that in your life forever, and you wonder why you can't get to your goals. Surround yourself with the positive reinforcers. The next one, number 5, are we up to? I'm not keeping count. Speak your success as a present fact, not a future plan. None of this, oh, I might, I will one day, oh, maybe, I hope I can. No, none of that language. I am. Change your language to I am. Now, in my private practice, I pick people up on this all the time. You don't want to speak in past tense because you're no longer in your past. Whatever happened, whatever created those programs is over. You don't want to go too much into the future because that's where you get into hope. Hope isn't, substantial. Hope is like a poor substitute for optimism, I am believing in the present. So speak your success as a present fact, not a future plan. All right, are we up to number 7? I'm just checking my notes. Have a master plan for your life. And you know what? I'm going to leave it at number 7 because I said a short video and I've got a child that needs dinner. But I'm going to come back and add some more to this. But this is a pretty important one to end on. Have a master plan. Have little plans, little steps, but have a master plan. Where is your big destination? Where do you want to go? But don't get lost in the master plan. You also need short goals. If you only have a master plan, then you're going to get lost. It's like a destination, but with no roads to get there. You need the roads to get there. You need the map. So have a master plan, have a vision, have a great vision, but then also have the short steps and be prepared to put in the energy and the effort and the action to get there. Massive change requires massive action. Not many of us just have that luck, the chance, the blind luck. We have to put in the effort, but we have to believe that it's possible. We have to give ourselves permission to do it. We have to create the reality. We have to surround ourselves with the positive people, and we have to know where we're going and how we're getting there. So have the master plan. It's a bit like trying to jump across the river in one go if you've only got the master plan. You need to also lay down the stepping stones across the river. If you try and jump in one big swoop, you're probably going to fall in and get wet or carried away down the stream. But if you today just focus on putting one solid stone in front of you and determining what you need to get your feet planted firmly on that stone, then you're ready to plant the next one and the next one. And before you know it, you're across that river. So have a master plan for your life. Now, I will come back to this because the subconscious programs are so important to recognize. When we look at behavioral change, we can't change what we're not aware of. How can we talk about changing something if you don't even know what you have to change? That's step 1, having an awareness about what needs to change. But step 2 is being prepared to change it. It's all very well and good to say, I'm aware I have a drinking problem, but am I prepared to change it? No. So 1 is an awareness, 2 is preparedness to change, and then 3 is where I'm going to come back and talk to you about the how and what we do at the next step. But all things are possible for those who believe. And I am no different. I get obstacles and roadblocks in my way too. But from this moment on, they're never going to slow me down. I'm going to just push them out of the way and I'm going to achieve my goals. And I want to help you achieve yours too. So that's it for now. I've got to go and cook some dinner. Still responsibilities and things I have to do. But wherever you are, I wish you a happy day, night, morning, and look after yourself and each other and have a very happy and peaceful day.